Here's your wrestling news for October 6, 2025. Your headlines for today include fans erupt online, hashtag FireTripleH movement takes over after controversial WWE decisions. Breaking, WWE pulls reigning champion before WWE event, surprise name steps in. Rikishi calls out WWE, claims Solo Sikoa was treated unfairly as US champion. Andrade opens up about WWE departure, addresses accusations. They couldn't handle it. Kelani Jordan claims TNA talent is bitter over her victory. WWE worried Nielsen changes could derail TNA's $10 million TV deal. Booker T's AEW remark sparks backstage reactions across multiple promotions. Alberto Del Rio breaks silence on WWE x Tripleh crowd chants, and more. WWE's new era under TKO Group Holdings was supposed to usher in a bold new chapter, but for many fans, it's done the opposite. Frustration has boiled over online, sparking a viral social media campaign under the hashtag FireTripleH, as viewers point fingers at WWE's chief content officer for what they see as a growing list of bad decisions. The biggest flashpoint came with WWE's recent move to ESPN, which now requires fans in the United States to pay nearly 3 times more to access premium live events. Coupled with surging ticket prices and a perceived dip in creative quality, many feel the fan experience has become more expensive but less enjoyable. One fan summarized the sentiment by arguing that high prices alone aren't the problem, it's what fans are getting for their money that's driving the outrage. Ticket prices play a role, but we can look back to the build for WrestleMania 40 where this record gate era started, and despite the prices, venues were selling out. Fans will pay top dollar if the shows were good, but that's far from the case. Triple H cemented himself as a major figure in TKO decisions when he fired R-Truth and Carlito back in June 2025. 2 beloved wrestlers gone despite record profits. If you blame TKO, you're still blaming Triple H. In other words, fans aren't just upset about corporate policies, they believe Triple H himself has played a direct role in choices that prioritize profits over people and creativity. Another major criticism centers around the timing of Crown Jewel Perth. The event's schedule means that the accompanying episodes of Raw and SmackDown will air early in the morning on school days for US audiences, creating frustration among parents and younger fans who can't watch live. Even fans in the UK have complained about the awkward broadcast window, with one viewer noting they'll have to tune in at 1 p.m. local time. Combined with a year of what many are calling stale booking, these decisions have painted a picture of disconnect between WWE management and its audience. For some, this isn't just about one bad show, it's about a company that's losing touch with what fans actually want. Do you think fans are justified in starting the FireTripleH movement, or is the backlash an overreaction to growing pains under TKO? Share your take in the comments below. A major change has shaken up WWE's upcoming super shows in Tokyo, as the company's only Japanese champion has been quietly pulled from one of the card's biggest matches. Julia, the reigning WWE Women's United States Champion, was originally slated to defend her title in a blockbuster triple threat match against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. The bout was set to be one of the highlights of WWE's return to Japan, especially with Julia competing on home soil. However, new advertisements circulating in Japan tell a different story. Julia's name's been replaced by Women's World Champion Stephanie Vaquer, who will now reportedly defend her title against Ripley and Sky instead. While Julia is still featured in promotional material for the event, her absence from the updated match card has sparked questions about her status and whether she'll compete at all during WWE's Japan tour. Whether this change was made for storyline reasons, travel logistics, or something behind the scenes remains unclear, but one thing is certain, fans in Tokyo were expecting a hero's welcome for Julia, and her sudden removal has left many wondering what's really going on. Do you think Julia's replacement is part of a storyline twist, or could something else be happening behind the scenes? Share your thoughts below. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. Solo Sikoa's short-lived run as United States Champion has sparked criticism from within his own family, and WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi isn't mincing words. Speaking on the Off the Top podcast, Rikishi voiced his frustration over how WWE handled Solo's first major title reign on the main roster. He called the 62-day reign a wasted opportunity, arguing that the company failed to give his son the proper storyline or spotlight to make the title feel meaningful. In Rikishi's eyes, WWE may have put the belt on Solo, but they never built anything around him to elevate his status. He made it clear that as a father and a veteran of the business, he'll always stand on business when it comes to his family. But his criticism wasn't just about Solo, it was about the state of WWE as a whole. Rikishi suggested that today's product feels more driven by chasing the bag than nurturing passion or storytelling. The focus, he said, seems to have shifted away from developing true stars and honoring wrestling legacy to prioritizing what's most profitable. Rikishi also defended the reputation of the Samoan dynasty, reminding fans that their legacy wasn't handed to them. He emphasized that every member of the family earned their success the hard way through resilience and hard work, not by favoritism or behind-the-scenes pull. And while he acknowledged that WWE typically gives titles to those who are good for business, he questioned whether that philosophy was ever truly applied to Solo or if his son was merely used as a short-term piece in a larger corporate plan. Do you agree with Rikishi's criticism of how WWE handled Solo Sikoa's title reign? Was Solo underutilized, or was the company right to move on quickly? Share your thoughts below. Following his WWE exit, Andrade has finally spoken out, setting the record straight about his departure and addressing long-standing rumors that he left the company on bad terms. At the time of his release, reports claimed Andrade had been let go due to multiple WWE wellness violations, including one incident that reportedly raised concerns within management when he briefly left the US without authorization. Now, in a new interview with TJ Sports, the former WWE and NXT standout has offered clarity and perspective on both his WWE exit and his latest success in Mexico. Speaking about his recent victory at the Crash Lucha Libre event where he captured the Crash Heavyweight Championship from DMT Azul, Andrade said the win was deeply personal. He revealed that he had been chasing this title for a long time, and everything that followed his WWE departure felt like it happened for a reason. With over 2 decades in professional wrestling, Andrade praised the Crash as a respected company both in Mexico and abroad. He explained that he had made a promise to himself years ago, if he'd ever left WWE, he would go after the Crash World Heavyweight Championship. Now that he's done it, he's expressed gratitude to the promotion for giving him the opportunity. Andrade also made it clear that he's parted ways with most companies on good terms, including WWE. Offering advice to younger wrestlers, he urged them not to badmouth promotions, emphasizing that wrestling is bigger than any one performer. I've left most companies on good terms. I also left WWE well. I always tell other wrestlers, don't speak badly about companies. Companies will always remain, but we wrestlers get injured, we pass away, and wrestling continues. That's the advice I give. Don't badmouth promotions. When I was younger, I sometimes spoke out, but I've always respected every company. Andrade admitted that when he was younger, he sometimes reacted emotionally, but maturity and experience have taught him to respect every organization he's worked for, no matter how things ended. Interestingly, his comments came just days after Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer claimed that Andrade had assured Tony Khan he was staying with AEW before quietly leaving for WWE when his contract expired. That report didn't sit well with El Idolo, who immediately fired back on social media. Dave Meltzer, you talk too much shit without proof, and sir, I'll only tell you one thing. When my contract with AEW ended, I personally went man-to-man to thank Tony Khan for the opportunity to be in AEW, and that's all I'll tell you. If I wanted to talk more, I would show you that you're wrong about many things, but you keep killing the business. Yo le deseo lo mejor. Andrade's firm response shows that he's not just focused on rebuilding his career, he's defending his reputation too. Do you believe Andrade's second AEW run will finally cement him as a world champion, or will his WWE legacy always overshadow his next chapter? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Kelani Jordan shocked fans and critics alike by winning the Knockouts Championship at TNA Victory Road. In one evening, Jordan outlasted the competition in a chaotic battle royal and then went on to defeat Lei Ying Lee in a title match immediately afterward. It was a dream debut, but behind the curtain, not everyone was celebrating. Appearing on Busted Open Radio, Kelani opened up about the mixed reactions to her victory and directly addressed the tension her win may have caused backstage. When I saw that Ash was relinquishing the title and there was going to be a battle royal, why wouldn't I take that opportunity? It ended up with me and Lei Ying as the last two in a title match the same night. This was also my first time ever in TNA. I know some people might be a little bit bitter, but who wouldn't take the opportunity? Thankfully, I came out champion. It was fun. It was nice to be in front of a different crowd on a different brand and show what I can do. When asked why she thinks some members of the TNA locker room may be unhappy, she didn't sugarcoat her answer. I think because we have NXT versus TNA, but also it's my first time going into TNA and winning a title my first time, my first show, and another brand. If I were in TNA, I'd be bitter too. With Kelani Jordan walking out of Victory Road as Knockouts champion, the balance between the two promotions suddenly looks one-sided. WWE's NXT talents have taken major wins in this crossover, but TNA hasn't scored an equivalent victory yet. So the real question is, will we ever see a TNA star walk into NXT and take home one of WWE's titles? Or is that an outcome the company will never allow to happen? TNA is reportedly negotiating a $10 million media deal that could see the company produce a weekly live show, potentially marking its biggest breakthrough in years. However, WWE insiders are reportedly concerned that recent Nielsen rating changes might impact TNA's leverage during talks. According to Fightful Select, a WWE production source noted that the new TV ratings model has already altered how viewership is interpreted across networks, something that could be used against TNA in negotiations. TNA's Director of Authority, Carlos Silva, downplayed those concerns, saying the issue hasn't surfaced in discussions and confirming that talks remain active, with another key meeting set for this week. Silva has been optimistic for months, suggesting that the company's next network deal could reshape fan engagement. If finalized, this deal could represent a major financial milestone and a potential mainstream resurgence for the TNA brand. Booker T has found himself in hot water after comments he made about Jade Cargill's AEW background following her recent SmackDown Triple Threat match, which ended in a bloody mishap. During the September 26th bout, Cargill was busted open in the ring, a moment that quickly went viral, but it was Booker's reaction afterward that drew backlash around the wrestling world. On his Hall of Fame podcast, Booker suggested that the botch might have stemmed from Cargill being fresh off her AEW run and still lacking in-ring polish. That remark didn't go over well with fans or with talent across multiple companies. According to Fightful Select, wrestlers from WWE, AEW, and even TNA were reportedly confused by Booker's take, pointing out that Jade Cargill has already wrestled more matches in WWE than she ever did in AEW. Booker later expanded on his comments, explaining that he wasn't trying to insult anyone, but was analyzing the chemistry, or lack thereof, between Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, and Nia Jax during the match. He compared the bout to triple threats he's seen in his own promotion, Reality of Wrestling, and noted how differences in experience can sometimes cause timing issues. You have NIL talent in Tiffany Stratton. You have Jade Cargill, who is pretty much just fresh off her AEW run. Just think about the time in AEW for her. She probably didn't learn a whole lot. No disrespect or anything, but she was put on a wing and never really got a chance to wrestle anybody, right? Booker said Nia Jax likely felt pressure to lead the match, and that mix of varying skill levels made the bout look chaotic rather than cohesive. However, after Fightful's report detailing the backlash gained traction online, Booker appeared to brush off the criticism with a sarcastic post on X, suggesting he wasn't taking the outrage too seriously. The situation has now turned into a debate over whether Booker's comments were fair analysis or unnecessary shade. Do you think Booker was simply giving an honest veteran's take, or did his comments unfairly target Jade Cargill's AEW past? Share your thoughts in the comments below. There's been growing buzz around Alberto Del Rio's possible WWE return ever since his AAA exit, and the chants from fans haven't slowed down. During the recent WWE x AAA crossover shows, crowds have repeatedly called for his comeback, so much so that Rey Mysterio himself promised to bring back Alberto Del Rio after hearing the chants during Triplemania earlier this year. Some fans have even gone as far as launching an online petition urging WWE to re-sign the former world champion. Now, for the first time, Del Rio has responded to those chants and to the fan debate that's come with them. Speaking with Eduardo Bates, Del Rio addressed the noise surrounding his name at WWE x AAA events and the growing backlash some fans have shown toward El Hijo del Vikingo in the process. The Mexican star said the reaction is entirely out of his control and that fans have every right to express themselves however they wish. Well, that's something nobody can decide for the fans. The fans love or hate whoever they want. Social media, the internet, television, they just spread it. Some do it truthfully, others just want likes, views, or a bit of relevance for a week. We're the protagonists, the ones who step into the ring to give our all. I have nothing but respect for El Hijo del Vikingo. He's a great wrestler, a great prospect for our business, someone who will go far. But the fans were the ones who felt unsatisfied, who felt deceived or betrayed. I just go out and do my job. It's like Maximus says in Gladiator, I have the fortune to look my enemy in the eye and decide my destiny. The rest, you, the fans, decide. At 48 years old, Del Rio's name still sparks strong reactions, both positive and negative. Whether that energy is enough to earn him a WWE return remains to be seen. Do you think Alberto Del Rio still has a place in WWE today, or should he continue working elsewhere and help elevate Latin American promotions? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't miss our next video coming at 5:30 p.m. Eastern with all the latest wrestling updates. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.